Howdy, farm friends. How's everybody doing this evening? I hope you are well. We're going to give everybody just a couple of minutes to join us. Let's see here. Let's see here. Are we up? Okay, we are coming up on YouTube now. So hopefully Facebook will be joining us as well. Just giving everybody just a minute to be here. Tonight we are doing our peak of the week, which we're calling it that because Wednesday is kind of the mid-peak point of the week, and because we're going to talk about the fun stuff that's going on this week. Jacqueline just came in and showed me something exciting that you all might get to see. I don't know how she's going to feel about it. Nope. Okay, never mind. Jacqueline says you don't get to see the exciting thing tonight, but you will get to see it in tomorrow's video. So, and we will let you know what's going on with that. But the results of it will be a surprise until tomorrow's video. So, here is what has been going on Head Family Farm for the last hour or so. Since Jacqueline and I got back from work, we have been on a mission. Let's see here. I'm trying to give everybody just a second to hop on because we didn't give much notice that we were going to be going live. But we have been on a mission to get a little bit more certainty, maybe, about whether Willow, our new goat, here, I'll throw up a picture for you. So for anybody that didn't see the last video from this week, from yesterday, we got a new goat here on the farm. She is a full-grown Nubian goat, which means she is big. You can kind of see in this picture that her back comes all the way up to my waist. And I mean, I'm not a very tall person, but she is pretty big for a goat. So she joined the farm this past week, and we are so excited to have her. She is Honey, our little girl goat. She is Honey's mother. So there's a family reunion going on the farm right now that we are just loving watching unfold in front of our very eyes. So we have been just loving on Willow the last few days. But something that is very exciting about Willow is that we asked to have her bred before she came to the farm. So hopefully she is pregnant. And we will have kids, baby goats, sometime in April. So that's what we have been talking about this evening. For the last hour or so, we've been kind of running all over, doing a few things, and at the same time, trying to watch Willow and catch, and this is gross, so if you're kind of squeamish, just plug your ears until I give you the high sign. I'll wave at you when you can come back in if you're squeamish. So go ahead and plug them up if you're squeamish. We have been waiting for her to urinate so that we can catch some of it in a jar because tonight we are going to try a goat pregnancy test. And now these tests are not 100% accurate, but they do a pretty good job. I'm going to slide over so Jacqueline can join us.
I was actually just reading the instructions for the goat sheep urine pregnancy test. And really our best window for testing is after 45 days. Since she was bred. So we're under that, but not by a whole lot.
And really maybe not that far because Jennifer said that she was in with the buck for a whole month.
Yeah, she put her in, took her out, and put her back in. Mm-hmm. And this buck is a little bit younger and smaller than Willow is, and so that's why she went ahead and put her back in. She saw some signs that Willow might have been coming back into heat. So she went ahead and put her back in. And I don't smell like a goat. I smell like smoke.
Yeah.
It got really thick out there. Our neighbor is burning stuff, which is fun. We burn stuff too.
Yeah.
But I was videoing and I thought, oh, this mist is rolling in, this fog is rolling in, and then I realized it's smoke. And I smell. Now my hair smells like a campfire.
Yep. Let me cue this up right here. I'll show you what may be going on with our neighbor. Something exciting that happened this week is we share this excitement with our neighbor. I'll cue that up.
Linda,
will you tell him? Oh, yeah.
I'm going to respond to Linda on YouTube. From our last conversation about incubating and everything, we were talking about the need for a hydrometer in your incubator to measure the humidity. And she said, hello, I got my hydrometer today. I put it in the incubator. Humidity is way too high. I can't get it down. I don't know what kind of incubator you have, but if you can take all of the water out of the incubator, that is your best bet. And the way that we used to have to do that, we had to get a turkey baster or just anything to suction the water out of the incubator if it has like a little reservoir, and we take all the water out at that point. Here in Alabama, our relative humidity in our house, when we're not running our dehumidifier that's just over here, gets up to 70 and 75%. And so in an incubator, we're then looking at 45 to 50%, even with the incubator totally dry with no water in it.
If I remember correctly, Linda, I believe, told us that her incubator uses a wicking system.
Oh, okay.
So just take those pads out of there. If that's how it uses the wicking pads, just take that out. See what your humidity, your relative humidity is after a little while of having those out, and then adjust from there. I don't know if there are multiple wicking pads for yours, but a lot of times they'll do multiple wicking pads so that you can remove some of them but not all of them. You may even try cutting them in half so that you can put half of a wicking pad in instead of a whole one. But yeah, take all that out, put that hydrometer back in, and see what your humidity does over the next little bit. See if you can get it down that way. You may have to open it up for a second and just kind of
that too.
Wave off some of it and then put it back down.
It won't hurt your eggs. The hen gets off the nest at least once a day, so doing that, releasing some of that heat, it won't hurt things.
Yep. Let's see here.
What were you gonna? I know what you were gonna do.
So Jacqueline mentioned that she smelled smoke outside, and that's not uncommon around here.
We're in the country, and it's leaf burning season. We don't burn our leaves, but plenty of people around us do.
We have burned some in the past, but it's not effective for us because we have so many leaves. Yeah. So we have to find other ways. So this year will be the first year that I use some of our leaves for true composting, and we'll be excited for that. But anyways, Jacqueline smells like smoke because there was smoke coming in onto the property. And I'm going to turn this towards Jacqueline just a little bit so that y'all see her better. And I said, well, maybe it's our neighbor. He runs scrap metal sometimes and picks up stuff, kind of like rubbish stuff that has value, but people just don't want it around anymore. And so he goes and he takes care of that for him. He goes and takes a trailer and picks it up and hauls it off. And often he can sell it pretty quickly. And so I noticed that he had some wood out in front of his house that he was going to be selling. And so I asked him about a price for it. And
we were headed out of town.
Yeah.
We were headed out of town, and Zach comes inside and he's like, there's some wood out in the yard, and it looks pretty good. And I didn't see it. I was like, well, go ask him. We have a great relationship with them. And I was like, just go ask him what he wants for it. And you did. I'm really glad you did.
I liked the price that he gave a lot. He may have given me a neighborly discount that not everybody could get. But y'all, okay, I'm going to show you. Here we go. Look at this stuff.
And I've already talked to Tracy about it.
Yeah. Okay. So Jacqueline has
I've
already
talked-
talked to Tracy Britnell at Just to Get Farms about it.
So those are anywhere from 3 to 4 feet long. So they're not really long, but they're 4x6s, and they are cured hardwood, like really hardwood. And the reason that he had that was actually somebody had it, and it's so hard that they can't work with it. It wasn't good for anything that they wanted to do with it, and so they were getting rid of it, and he got it. And now we have it, and what are we going to make out of it?
We are going to be doing a whole bunch of landscaping with it, most likely. We're going to build some raised beds with it. Probably the raised beds around the greenhouse area. Yep, Danielle said raised beds. Yep, that's what we're going to be doing.
Yes, and the greenhouse, I mean, like, God's timing is perfect timing. I have looked at railroad ties. I have looked for all different types of raised beds. We've been sent a few raised beds to review, and we're really thankful for that because it's all put to really good use. But I was just like, how are we going to build this potager garden and quickly?
Because we're wanting it to be, fairly big and to really utilize the space. It's one of those things that if we're going to use that space for gardening, we want it to be worth it because it's one of the only flat spots on our property. And
it's not an area we would use for animals. We're going to do a farm tour very, very, very soon.
We'll do our winter farm tour soon.
Yeah, so that we can show you guys. His phone started buzzing, and I wasn't expecting it. We're going to show you guys our different areas, and most of our property is sloped or hills, and we have the runoff pond, and so that's why. But we only have we really only have 2 flat areas. And one of them is next to our shop, and it's closest to our privacy fence where you exit to our driveway. And so I didn't want to have animals up there right next to, where cars go. And that also puts them closer to where a dog or something could get in. So that's going to be where we put the greenhouse. And the last raised bed video we did, where you did the hugelkultur, I think I said that right.
Hugelkultur?
What he said. Raised bed, yes, from Savannah. We showed you the spot where the greenhouse is going to go. And I'm so excited to get working on that. Well, we've got goat projects to do before we can get to it. And it getting dark this early, my goodness, it's just made our progress so slow. But I'm so excited about this wood because
it's gonna
it just answers it all.
It really does. It's not a little bit of wood, y'all. I'll throw it back up there again. This is a lot of wood, and like Jacqueline said, most of these pieces are like 4x6s, and the lengths are 3 and 4 feet on most of them, and so it's going to be enough to where we can really do some big stuff with it. So we're going to have plenty to build it out the way that we want to, and we'll probably have enough to do some other projects with it.
Yeah, I'm thinking some bulky rose pergola type things, or we would need to get some taller posts, and we've got a few around, but maybe some muscadine trellises. Just some thoughts. But right now I'm trying to work out how I want to go about us connecting them, because they are so thick and very hard, like he was saying. I don't know if I want to use brackets on like the inside of the beds, or if we want to drill and hammer in rebar. That sounds intensive. He doesn't like that idea. But yeah, I'm trying to figure out how we would go about that. And Tracy said, she asked me yesterday, she said, will you please let me come help? I just did a project for Tracy's In Her Boots series, and I love Tracy, and we're good buddies, and she's always on me about letting people pay me, including her, and I do. I mean, it's a business, but I really wanted to contribute to what she's doing in some kind of way. And I'm proud of what I made her. She'll be sharing it, I think, actually tomorrow, Friday. Whatever.
Awesome.
What's tomorrow? Thursday? Friday. It'll be in one of her videos on Friday.
And that'll be on YouTube.
Yeah.
And probably the following week on Facebook.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, she's got high-speed internet now.
Oh, that's
She's
right.
got fiber internet, so
Y'all
it may
watch
be up
out.
the same day.
Tracy's gonna be showing us all what she can do
Yes.
with that high speed internet now.
But for me doing that for her, that graphic design work, she asked me if she could come and design our potager
Oh, that's so
garden.
sweet.
And I was like, yes, I will accept your help. And I'm wanting to put some fruit trees over there between the greenhouse and the rest of the property, that direction. And we need her help with that for sure.
Yeah.
We're going to have to run some irrigation. But we think we're going to be here for a long time.
Yeah, it's definitely looking that way. When we first bought the farm, we bought it as kind of a forever type property. And after the first year of being here, we had some rough spots in that first year, especially with things like foundation work. And y'all, we had a very wet year, and it was very difficult to keep the crawl space dry.
Yeah.
And
We had some runoff problems, and we have hard clay soil, but if it gets wet, it expands, and when it dries, it contracts, and we were seeing a good bit of movement with the foundation. So at this point, we have actually redone the entire crawl space, had extra supports put in, and then some outer foundation work as well. And so that was discouraging, and that led to some negative feelings on my part about wanting to be here forever, because it didn't feel like something we were going to overcome.
Yeah.
But we have.
Yeah.
We
For a
have
while,
overcome that. It was difficult.
It was rough for a while.
It was difficult, and we have done so many projects. Like the room we're in right now, there's 2, 4, 5. There's 6 lights in here now, and there was 1.
Yeah.
And this is like a 27-foot room.
Yeah.
It's a long room. And we've just done a lot. We've done a lot.
We
of
have learned
ourselves.
a lot about the sorts of electrical work that you can do yourself without an electrician. And we have found our limits there, so we know when to call the electrician. And most recently, when we had our air conditioning system replaced, we did have an electrician take care of that.
Oh, yeah.
Someone who does that for a living.
Well, they have to be licensed.
Yeah. So we are thankful that we're humble enough to say we're not doing this ourselves. So, let's see here. So this past weekend, we went up to the Huntsville area in Alabama to visit some dear friends of ours and be there for the baptism of their newish baby that we hadn't met yet. And we're already smitten with him. And I mean, we've always been smitten with his parents. So we just love those folks.
Very good friends.
So we had a great time up there with them, but on the way back, Jacqueline had some cool stuff that she wanted to try out. Y'all, I'm just gonna be real with you. I have no idea what the audio is like on these clips that I'm gonna show you. So we'll see real quick. So we went up to Rickwood Caverns. Is that it? Rickwood Caverns. And saw the Christmas lights, and you can go through down into the cavern, and they've got all sorts of Christmas stuff set up down there, and we just had a great time.
They call it it's a cavern that's been there for a very, very long time, and it's a state park. So it's Rickwood Caverns State Park in around Hayden, Alabama. if anybody is interested in going there. They're on the Alabama Parks website, and they do their Christmas thing, I think, until January or through January.
Yeah.
It's for a long time.
It was great.
But I had never been there before, and once we got there, I realized why we had never been there. Or I had never been there. It is not accessible for someone who can't do more than like 50 steps. And it's tight spaces, which of course for Eleanor and for us, it was great.
And by 50 steps, she means stairs.
Yeah, stairs, like down into, it's opposite. I'm looking at myself.
Yeah, and
down into the cavern.
And I know that sounds kind of maybe self-explanatory since it's, caverns, but when we've gone to what's it called
Majestic
now? Majestic Caverns.
It was DeSoto Caverns.
It was much more accessible.
Oh yeah.
Than this one was for folks.
This is like winding. Show that clip again. It's like that was going downstairs. You're winding down into the cave.
Yeah, and that's right at the beginning of the cavern. You can see we were going down the stairs there, and it was a lot like that for the first little bit. Jacqueline's checking, I think, to see if she has any better videos. I didn't tell her I was going to show y'all any clips, and so I think she was kind of nervous, like, what are you going to show them?
I didn't know.
When she was leaning in like this, she was trying to look at the thumbnails of the videos to see what it was like.
Show this one. So this one shows the decorations.
Okay, she's sending
It's so cute. They had like a mini Whoville set up down there, and just some different characters, Frosty the Snowman. But goodness, like getting down in there was not easy, and they took all of this decor down under there. And we also got to visit with a Santa Claus. Eleanor loved that. She had a great time with that. But the outdoor lights were beautiful too.
All right, here's the clip that Jacqueline just brought up. I think that I successfully muted it, so there's not a bunch of music and loud noises in the background. But this was back there in their little Whoville area, and we really did just have a really good time going through. It was low pressure, so we didn't feel like they were trying to sell us something the whole time, or like we had to go through at a certain pace.
It was really reasonable too. It was $12 per person, and that got you Santa Claus, different photo opportunities, all the outside lights, and going down into the cave. And it wasn't like a guided tour. You could just go down and spend as much time as you wanted to. So it was really neat. And
they had some folks kind of stationed at different areas just to like make sure that people were safe and that you weren't like doing stuff you weren't supposed to in terms of
it felt very, very
safe.
Yeah,
it definitely felt safe. So
A&W Mini Farm said Rickwood is about 20 minutes from us, and if you're looking for another place, go to Nakalula Falls. Yes, I've been to Nakalula a lot.
Cool. Yeah. And it looks like A&W has hooked up with Dusty Goat Homestead
for some ceramics.
Cool. Glad y'all made that connection. Hope that works out. We think a lot of both of those groups. So
yes. What else were you going to share?
Okay, so we talked about Willow and how we've been working on the pregnancy test this evening, and so Jacqueline was able to collect.
Shh, don't spoil it.
Yeah, but y'all
don't spoil it, because I really didn't know if I was going to get to.
Well, I didn't know if she was going to be coming inside by the time we finished the live, because check this out. This is a video I got like literally 2 minutes before I started this live. Here's this video.
It's absolutely beautiful out here, but I'm still waiting.
So yeah, I didn't know if she was going to come in. She was out there watching and waiting, being very vigilant.
Oh gosh, and what y'all see in the video tomorrow, it's going to come out tomorrow, but I even Googled. I bet it's still on my phone.
How to make a goat urinate?
No. I Googled, it's not coming up. I Googled, how often do goats pee? I Those exact words. How often? Because every time I'm out there, one of them goes. At least one of them goes, and I'm like, come on, y'all. I was out there for an hour and a half. We usually go live at 5 o'clock for peak of the week. Yep. I was out there for an hour and a half waiting on Willow to go to the restroom. Yep. And what was crazy is one goat would go, and I could hear it, and I'm in the dark. I mean, I was trying to catch videoing it, which I did. So many people are going to be like, ew. But I was so excited. I don't think I've ever been so excited over a bodily function. Except maybe when Eleanor was a baby. You know, when you're like hovering over your baby and you're like, they haven't gone to the bathroom in a few hours. Okay. Maybe since then.
Although every now and then you have that opposite reaction with the baby too. Please stop pooping.
Yeah, please stop going to the bathroom.
No, but yeah. So
they're just not right now.
We'll have to try and remember to put up a little thing of, hey, skip the next 30 seconds if you don't want to see.
Nah. The title of the video is going to be, Is Our Goat Pregnant? Or something like that.
I don't know what Eleanor is saying, but
what is it, honey?
Eleanor said, do you know I can hear you?
Oh, man.
She does not like it if we use potty words.
Yeah.
So.
Which I agree with her.
Sure,
I agree with her. It's fine.
Yeah.
So the other thing that we have to do tonight that we are also going to film is we are moving all of the baby chicks from the incubator to the brooder. It's only been 2 days. It's only been 48 hours since they've finished hatching and have been in the incubator. Somebody commented on Facebook and said they're in too small of a house.
Oh, yeah.
And I was like, y'all, this is an incubator. This is not where they live.
Yeah. But honestly, if they're just chicks and they're just in there for, a little while.
It's an opportunity for education when people say things like that. They just don't know. But we are moving them to the brooder with their heat plate, and they are going to be in the house, even though, let me see how warm it is outside right now. It is so warm.
It's got to be in the 70s at least.
There's absolutely.
Yeah, it's got to be in the 70s.
It's 70.
70 degrees.
70 outside.
Yep.
It's 70. And I think it was warmer when I was out there.
Yeah, that was me checking to see if she had just shown our address to everybody.
I didn't. But we are looking at a 50% chance of rain tonight.
Yeah, I hadn't
25
seen that.
Tomorrow, 80% chance on Friday, 67% chance on Saturday. It's going to be raining.
Yeah.
This is our rainy season, though.
Yeah, it is. We're supposed to be kind of dry for the next few days, but then next week it's supposed to get rainy again. So I hadn't heard that it was supposed to rain tonight, but Eleanor and I actually sowed some seed in the garden yesterday.
Oh, I saw y'all worked in it, but I didn't know.
And y'all, I'm sorry, I was in such a hurry. We were on such a short time frame that I didn't video any of it. But it was cute, Eleanor. So Eleanor doing just about anything. But and I know I'm a little biased, but
my hair's making me hot. I'm sorry.
But she's hot. Once again, I know I'm biased.
I know you think so.
Yeah. But so we direct sowed some seed of stuff that I know grows really fast and grows really well. Yes, tatsoi greens, which I'm going to try to see how we like it in general, but using it just like we would collard greens. I think it'll be a good substitute because we just don't have time to get big collard greens. As many of y'all know, our chickens have enjoyed every bit of greenery that I've gotten to come up in our garden, except for our garlic and onions.
The potager is going to take care of some of that, but also I think we are going to raise the fence height.
Yeah.
I think we're going to raise the fence height.
Well, I hadn't even thought about the chickens getting into the potager stuff over here.
Yeah. I have some plans. I have some plans for that. I just think so. I've mentioned it in a previous live. When we moved here, there were a lot of fences, and we have taken down those fences, and it was chain link. It wasn't to my taste for how it looked. It blocked the view of the barn. There was 4 huge pampas grass next to where the hot tub is now that totally blocked the view of the barn. We've taken a lot out to open up our views because we love our property. And we love seeing just all of it, but I think we're going to have to add back some fencing specifically to keep the chickens out. And that may mean like moving some different areas because they've destroyed my beds just in the backyard. It took, so somebody asked me on Instagram this summer, how do you have mulch in your flower beds in your backyard? My chickens just, they throw it everywhere. And I was like, my chickens don't do that. We've had chickens for years now. My chickens don't do that. It took 2 chickens to figuring out, if I scratch at this mulch, I'm going to find a bunch of good bugs. And now they just throw it everywhere.
Between them and the just torrential rainstorm we had last week, that washed out a good bit of our mulch in our beds. But
but that's the timbers are going to help with that.
Yeah.
I have some plans. I have lots of plans, lots of ideas, and no time to do it.
Yep. I mean, that's life. That's kind of a summation of, or a summary of our current season of life right there. Is we're filled with ideas and excitement about those ideas, and there just isn't enough time. And especially this time of year when there literally are not enough hours in the day. When the days are as short as they are right now, that makes it even tougher. So.
Okay, y'all, he was talking about me being cute, and I shared this picture of him earlier.
Oh, man, you're going to make me feel weird about sharing this picture.
No, why?
Well, maybe not
I love
weird,
it.
but
it's
because I have to export it real quick.
Open the thing I put on your computer.
I'll just export it since it's just one.
Well, I shared this picture of him earlier on our Facebook. And I need to put them on YouTube too. But I shared a photo of him and a photo of me in one of our new shirt designs that says cultivate gratitude, which is something he says about the garden a lot, that even when you're not cultivating something that's going to grow, you're cultivating gratitude. And I put this picture up that I took of him, and I'm like, how does he look cuter than me? And I'm like, I'm holding this cute chicken, and it's just cuter. It's just so much cuter.
I'm just going to leave it right there because I agree. It's a good picture of me.
It's like a power pose photo of you. And I think you can tell you like the shirt that I made you.
Yeah, I really like that shirt.
Hey, lady.
And Jacqueline designed that for me, and that made me very happy. And she designed that the day that I put out the video where I was working in the garden talking about gratitude.
Yeah, it was a surprise.
Yeah, it was very, very sweet, very nice, and I appreciated it.
And I love it. And Eleanor has an adorable sweatshirt, but it's warm again.
Yeah,
So y'all see her wearing it when it gets cold. She was excited about it. And then I designed this one. This one is, it all started with 3 chickens. I'm going to tilt this down. It all started with 3 chickens. And it's got 3 little chickens in black and white standing on the letters.
Yeah, I like
and
that one a lot.
Tracy told me to make that one because at our talk at the Gulf Coast Homesteaders meetup, I said it all started with 3 chickens, and it did, and it does for so many people. Like, you just get a couple, and then chicken math takes hold, and then you need a few more, and then the ones you have, if you have a rooster, they hatch chicks, and then like there's just more.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, but I need to order a sticker of that one.
Yeah, I was going to order some like bulk stickers soon because we gave away all of our stickers at once at the Gulf Coast Homesteaders meetup.
Yeah, and I'm glad we did.
Eleanor was like, cool. These are free.
Yeah.
It was so cute. She stood up there, she got on the microphone, she said, you don't have to pay for the stickers up here, come and get them.
Yes.
And y'all did, and you loved them. I'm working on a design. I have it in my head, and I have it halfway done in my software about rainbow eggs, since that is something that we do. I'm working on that one. Oh, you?
Yeah, I'm gonna pull it up so
link.
I can look at it while we're talking. Because we have some cool. Jacqueline has designed a bunch of or several designs for T-shirts and stuff. And
I do that sometimes.
Yeah, she does that sometimes.
If you're fans of Cog Hill Farm and you haven't seen the new Mildred shirt, the Mildred Christmas shirt, and eventually there will be a non-Christmas shirt of Mildred, I'm sure. But right now on their website, there is a new design that is Mildred wrapped in Christmas lights, and it says Mooey Christmas. And I have ordered Eleanor a Christmas pajama set with that on it, and it's so cute.
Let's see here. I'm going to show y'all a couple of designs that... So Jacqueline put this design together.
Ladies,
this is one of the ones that we gave stickers away of it at the Gulf Coast Homesteaders meetup. I like that one a lot. The Life is Better with Chickens one. And then here's another one. I'll be in my office. I just think that one's so funny and cool. And we commissioned these kind of funny, cute portraits of these lavender Americanas that are in these designs, and I can't remember who it was that did those, but it was a painter, is what Jacqueline says, and we love these. They're so cool. I like them a lot. And then let's see here.
Oops, I had to let Lady out.
Having to find the images for you real quick, so that's why it's taking me just a second. And then here is the one that is on Jacqueline's shirt right now that she was talking about. It all started with 3 chickens.
And I see a lot of questions because we moderate comments for Cog Hills Lives and on their page sometimes. But I see a lot of people ask, do the shirts only come in V-neck or only in this color and that kind of stuff? The options are like huge. Once you pick a design, you can pick from all kinds of shirt styles and colors through Spreadshirt, who is our drop shipper. We love using them. And they have, the print quality is excellent. And doing what we do, I have ordered custom shirts before from a lot of different companies and have not been happy with some because after a wash or two they fade, like drastically fade, and Spreadshirt is not like that. They have really, really, really good quality. And y'all, we're not trying to push t-shirt sales on y'all or anything. No. I think you're just showing things
I'm bragging about my awesome wife. That's all I'm doing, and showing, because I really like designs that
I like
she's
the picture
made.
that I took of you, and then the one he took the picture of me that's on our Facebook, because our red maple was like at peak beauty, and the sun was coming through it. It has no leaves now. Like all the leaves were gone within just a few days.
Yep. But I put the link to our shirts and merch page on our website just as a reference. Y'all don't feel like we're trying to press you into buying anything. If you see something you like, that's great. If not, don't worry about it. I just wanted to show you all the designs without having to download them and put them up.
So is this something you want to talk about, or you want to wait?
Yeah, we can talk about that now.
I don't have it together on.
Yeah, but we can,
where it's gonna go.
We can go ahead and talk about it, and then
okay.
Maybe we'll go live or something like that to explain it when we have links for it.
Okay. I'm gonna airdrop it.
We have mentioned y'all are getting an exclusive right here tonight, and we'll talk about it more later on. But we have been mentioning several times in our videos lately a ministry that is really important to us, that has become a big part of what we are excited about that our faith community does during the holidays. And we knew that we wanted to give back to this particular ministry financially.
Well, and it feels really, for me, it feels impactful because it's relevant for what we do personally.
Yeah.
And what a lot of our friends do. We have farms, and we earn an income from those farms. And it only seems right and feels right to give back in a similar way. And we support local farmers. We buy beef locally. We buy chicken locally. We produce some of our own chicken. Our turkey came from, a homegrown farm this year, Chestnut Hills, and I'm sure it will pretty much every year from here on out.
Yeah. I mean, it was an awesome turkey.
So it's important to me that we support locally, but globally as well, because we live in a very, very rich country, a very fortunate country.
Well, and I also had the idea, my friend who is our senior pastor and kind of my boss, I guess, definitely my boss.
Definitely a boss, but friend.
He got a really nice smoker a couple of years ago, like for food, smoke
A
meat
meat
in.
smoker.
Yeah, a meat smoker. And he said that one way that he felt good about that purchase was he matched the amount that they spent on the smoker they gave to a feeding ministry. And so, kind of similarly, what we spend most of our money on is animals. And so we wanted to give also.
And we've invested in new animals for our
Right.
farm with the goats. We've bought every goat that we have gotten, and we have 4 now. And we have more coming to the farm in the coming months if some girls are born on other farms. And so we've made investments in our animals. And do you want to show so we get to our point?
Yep. So we are going to be doing a fundraiser. I'll put this over me because Jacqueline's prettier than me. Sorry, it didn't move. Here we go. So we are going to be doing a charity fundraiser for the rest of the month at least for Heifer International, formerly known as the Heifer Project. And what Heifer International does is they give animals to communities that don't have many resources. And not only do they give the animals to them, but they also educate them on how to best use these animals as partners in establishing a sustainable income and food source for their families and their communities. So what they do, what Heifer International does, has huge effects across the world. And so Jacqueline's moving the
I'm moving
image
you because you're
I'm talking. So what Heifer International does has a huge effect for these communities and these families and these individuals. And I can't think of a better way to directly give back to an organization and to people in a way that reflects the way that our animals have blessed us and the people who have blessed us through our animals and all of that. And also, we don't just get the animals that we have, we also get education and community from it. And that's something that Heifer International does as well. So for the next month or so, we'll have these links out in the next couple of days.
Probably tomorrow. It'll go up on our website tomorrow. But as of right now, our plan, we are personally going to buy a goat and a pig. It's really awesome. You can choose which animals that you want to fund, and most people would say, oh, do chickens. Well, chickens are one of the lower cost items, and we really wanted to go ahead and go a little bit bigger. So us personally, our farm is going to be donating a single goat and a single pig to this effort. And we thought it would be fun if we got everybody involved in this. And we know everybody has different income levels and gives in different ways to their community. So there's no pressure here at all. But we thought that it would be fun to do goats versus pigs and see if we could fund another pig and another goat with you, our community, to give to somebody this holiday season. And we're going to have the information up on our website for how to do that. Either you can do the purchase and the checkout through Heifer International's website, or you can send money to us, and then we are then live for accountability. We don't want anybody to be able to say, you know, we took any money. But we're going to show how much we raised and how many animals we were then able to buy, and whatever the difference is. If we don't quite make, you know, a full goat's $120 and a pig is $120. So whatever the difference is for what we don't raise, we're also going to cover that. So our goal is 2 goats and 2 pigs by the end of December, or by January 1st. Yeah. So that we do a lot of, and I know biblically you're not supposed to talk about you're not supposed to talk about your works. We're not bragging. That is not at all on our hearts to do. But we wanted to, even though we have a small platform, we're small, we want to make sure that we are using that wisely and doing good with it. So I know we try to share joy and love, but we want to also pass that on to others in monetary ways, because that's ultimately a huge way that people are impacted.
And we share a lot of our life with y'all, and this is a part of our life that is growing, and so just as it brings us joy to give back in this way, we know that it will also help bring joy in that way.
So we'll be mentioning this in our videos, and we'll put out a link tomorrow with this graphic on our Facebook and Instagram and our stories. And we'll have that set up. But we can put a link now to Heifer International if anybody wants to go and check that out. I love their website and how it is set up, and it shows you how the animals are put to use. It talks about the eggs. I really loved that. Of course, I loved talking about chicken eggs.
Let's see here. I'm gonna put the link. It's a long link. Here, I'm just gonna do to their main. Oh. Yeah, okay. I'll just do to their main site there. It was wanting to do, since it's the holidays right now, they give you it may just be that was something that I had gone to already. So there's the link to the Heifer International website, heifer.org.
And if you do make a donation tonight, if that's on your heart to do that, take a screenshot and send it to us.
Yeah.
Because I think the minimum amount is $10.
Well, if you can give any amount and not designate it for a certain type of animal, but each of these animals that we've chosen, the pig and the goat, you can do a share of an animal for $10, so it goes directly to that sort of animal. So if you want to do that, you can do that. Send us a screenshot, like Jacqueline said, and let us know.
Or even just an email or a message that you don't have to prove you did it with a screenshot.
Yeah, just let us know what animal.
Yeah, because we want to know. Yeah. Goats versus pigs, who's winning.
So I'm gonna put the graphic back up and explain for just a second. I'm gonna move it over. Y'all excuse me. I'm moving it over to cover Jacqueline for a second.
Lady back in.
So we are going to do a special Christmas themed video with either the pigs or the goats, depending on which team gets the most donations. So if we raise more money for pigs for Heifer International, we'll make a special video with our pigs, and if we raise more for goats, then we'll make a special video with the goats.
Lady said, "What about me?"
And that way, this is a way of voting on your the animal that you want to see in a special Christmas themed video. So
we do something fun.
Let's see. Miss Jackie asked if the donations can be made now on our website.
It's not on our website. It's on the heifer.org website that Zach put in the comments on both. Hopefully it's showing up now.
We will, in an effort to simplify, we will put up some links, one for pigs and one for goats, right? And you can donate from our site, and we'll put it on our social medias as well. But we wanted to get that heifer link to you tonight in case you wanted to go ahead and make a gift to them now. And right now they're doing a 2 times match, and they're going to do that through the end of the year.
That.
So whatever you give, not only will the farm be giving 1 goat and 1 pig, but that gift will be doubled by donors from that are sponsoring heifer. And whatever gifts you give will also be matched by donors. I'm not sure if it's a grant or if it's someone who has said, I want to match donations.
That's awesome.
But they're going to be doing 2 times, so they'll double whatever donations we're able to give in the next month. So we'll make sure that we get the donations in time for that. And we're going to do our donation of the pig and goat early so that we can show you and
by tomorrow.
Yeah. And so we'll do that.
So can we send a super chat for the goat or pig? Sure, absolutely. Absolutely. Just that money will come to us through super chat, and from our own personal money we'll then forward that on to heifer.
Right. And we can do the same thing with stars through Facebook. So if that's easier for you, great idea, Fresh Starts. I didn't even think about that. Our goal is to make it as simple as we can for you, and to make it where you feel comfortable with it. So let us know. Just make sure that you send us, if you're going to do a super chat.
Goat or pig.
Yeah. Say goat or pig, and also say this is for heifer. And maybe we'll just assume that whatever stars
anything that comes in, we'll
stars or super chats that we get for or super thanks, I'm not sure how
we can say for the month of December.
Yeah, for the month of December, anything that we get in stars and super chats and super thanks, we will use for Heifer Project. Just make sure that you put you do mention in there whether you want it to be goat or pig. Miss Sue asked if you can send a check. We'll get with you, Miss Sue. We'll find a way to
if that's what you want to do, we can message about that.
Yeah. So if you're not super comfortable with the ways that we've talked about donating, but you want to donate, let us know and we'll find some way.
I do want to say this too, and I hadn't planned to talk about it tonight. But from time to time, people ask us if they can send us personal gifts. And to this point, we have not accepted any personal gifts. And the Heifer International information is going to be a permanent fixture on our website, because in lieu of accepting any personal gifts, we want to direct people to a ministry that helps other people. Mm-hmm. We are so fortunate and so absolutely blessed that it is not on our hearts to accept gifts personally from people with so many others much less fortunate than us. So anytime anybody reaches out and wants to send us a gift, we are going to direct them to make a donation in our name. If they're really wanting to do something that's impactful or that will make us really happy, we're going to direct them to make a donation.
You will make us happy cry.
Yes.
I'm not even joking. I'm trying not to be emotional right now about it, because it's something that we really do care so strongly about. And that's what we try and make our whole lives about, is making the world a better place. Because honestly, at times it's not great, and for somebody right now, it is absolute hell out there. And we want to do whatever we can to make it a little bit better. And like Jacqueline said, we have been so very blessed and fortunate and privileged. And so we want to make sure that we pay that forward, that it doesn't stop with us, because we understand that these gifts and blessings are not ours, but we're stewards of those blessings. We've been trusted by God, the divine, the universe, however you need to think about it. But we say that we've been trusted by God with these blessings, so that we can redistribute them and help God's children to experience goodness, because there's so much goodness in this world.
Yes, and we even just continued to encounter that through doing things like this, and through our communities on YouTube, and everybody that it's brought into our lives in the last year. It has been absolutely amazing, and we just want to continue to pay those things forward.
Yeah. So thank y'all for being a part of that with
you.
us too. Thank you in advance.
And absolutely, if it is not something that you can do, please don't for a second have a negative feeling about not being able to participate. We do not want anybody to feel that way. We have lots of family personally that are on fixed incomes, and there's just not any extra. But those of us that are fortunate and that are very blessed in that way, we want to make sure that we're paying it on. And
not giving to this does not mean that you're not blessed or fortunate or thankful.
No.
It just means that this isn't the way that you feel called to give back, or it isn't the way in this season of your life that you
there were years that we absolutely couldn't.
Yeah.
We've been there.
And we may be there again.
And hey, you never know.
We're in a season right now where we feel like we're being trusted with more than what we need.
Abundance.
And we want to make sure that in this season of abundance that we are being good stewards. Yep. So, and we are so appreciative of y'all for helping us do that. And I say all the time, you're our accountability partners for experiencing joy and spending time together. And in this way, we're inviting you to be our accountability partners for our giving during this season as well. So now that we've announced we're going to do it, we have to do it.
And I wanted to announce it. I wanted to announce it like 2 weeks ago, really around Thanksgiving, and I just have not had it together. I work on other people's stuff a lot, and I don't get to work on our stuff all the time. And we're now forcing ourselves to get this done. Yep. It'll be done. We will purchase our goat and our pig probably after this live ends, and we'll have that on our website as proof, and on Facebook as proof, and this graphic will be on Facebook to share information. So if you want to share it with others, with your friends or anything, to get them to donate, absolutely go for it. And I say too, and I don't want to say I took this from Living Traditions Homestead, but I watch Living Traditions Homestead's videos a lot, and at the end of their videos they say, the biggest way that you can support our channel and us is by sharing our videos and the information we put out there. So same to you guys. That's the biggest way to support anything that we're doing, is just to share it with others that you think would also enjoy it.
Yep. And we'll do our very best in the next few days to put out like this image that we have that we've been showing of the pig and the goat, and information about how to give.
That's Lucille.
Let me pull it back up real quick.
That's Lucille and Gravy.
Yeah, there's Lucille and Gravy. And but we will put all of that information up in several different ways on social media over the next few days and the coming weeks, so that if you want to share the opportunity to do that, to give, you can do so through social media.
Nana had a question. So Nana's Little Loves on YouTube, where will you purchase them? So we won't physically purchase the animals. Like, we won't go pick them out somewhere. We'll do that on Heifer International's website, which is heifer.org. I'm sure everybody loves me saying heifer over and over. Heifer.org. And you can go on there and you can choose pig or goat, or if there's another animal that you decide to donate with, that's absolutely fine. But pig or goat and the amount that you want to donate. And for us, we'll just go on and we'll purchase the full $120 for a goat and then $120 for a pig.
And honestly, if you feel better about just giving a general donation to Heifer International, and you don't have to worry about actually doing goat or pig, just make that donation and let us know the amount and whether you want it to count for the pig or the goat over here, because we trust the folks at Heifer International to put that money where it needs to go. In fact, there is on their gift catalog on Heifer International, you can select where you can select.
Can you share screens
them. No, I don't think so.
Okay.
You can say, please use this in whatever way is most needed. And so I think that's a great way to give as well.
They have a very easily laid out website.
Yep.
But
Starts,
also tomorrow, if you don't want to deal with their website, I will have a link up on our website where you can donate directly through PayPal or Venmo is what we're going to do. And you can just specify pig or goat, and then we will send those funds on to Heifer International. We'll go to their website
and we will
put
give
it in there.
an update at least every couple of days on what those totals are.
I'll probably make some graphs.
Yeah.
I'll probably make some graphs. And then if we had some people come on to Facebook later, we are doing a Christmas charity fundraiser with Heifer International. They are a charity who helps to give people in other countries and even in the U.S. Animals to start farms and to start profitable revenue streams and to feed their communities. So all of those things, that is their mission. That's what they do. And we are our farm is going to purchase a pig and a goat just for this Christmas season. And then we also wanted to open it up to this community to also try to purchase another full pig and full goat. And these are live animals. These aren't animals that are just going to be used as meat. These are like the goats would be used for breeding and that kind of thing. Same for the pigs. This is like farm stock.
Yep. And the goats are used for milking just like our goats will be.
Yeah. I lost my train of thought.
So that's what we're doing.
And we're doing goats versus pigs to see, how many people donate money for goats, how many people donate funds for pigs, and then any amount left over that doesn't reach a full goat or a full pig, then we are also going to cover. So our goal for by January 1st is to donate 2 pigs and 2 goats to someone in need of those animals.
Yeah. And we're gonna kick it off by by donating a pig and a goat tonight probably.
Yeah.
And so
we'll do it as soon as we get
Head
off
Family Farm is going to be doing that. We'll be donating a pig and a goat to get us started, and then we hope that we'll at least one of each.
Yeah.
Or we know that it'll be at least one of each because we're going to supply whatever it takes to get to that next full animal level. So
we've talked about this so many different ways, trying to figure out how to go about it, because asking people to give money to anything.
Yeah.
I'm terrible about asking for money for work that I've done.
Yeah.
As Jason at Cog Hill.
We don't like to.
It's bad, but we're gonna stop talking about this now, and we will share everything on social media on our channels tomorrow, and we will have a link up that goes to our website where it shares everything specifically too.
Yeah.
And thank you, Fresh Starts. They sent a super chat on YouTube to go towards a goat. So goat's winning already.
Team Goat is winning. And whichever team wins, pig or goat, we're going to do a special Christmas themed video with those animals here on our farm. Yeah. As a bonus.
We're gonna play dress up. Is what we're gonna do.
Yeah. And so, and also, Fresh Starts, thank you so much for kicking us off that way over on YouTube. As a reminder, whatever stars we get on Facebook and whatever super chats and super thanks we get on YouTube, for the whole month of December is going to go towards Heifer International.
Yeah.
So if you want to give in that way, do that. Just let us know if you want it to count for pigs or goats.
Yes. Thank you all so much for being here with us tonight. Would y'all like to see some baby chicks real quick?
I think we kind of have to.
Can we share some baby chicks?
But if we don't let Eleanor
I know
hold a chick tonight.
That's what I'm leading to. Hey, Eleanor. Lady's sitting on the back of the couch. She looks so cute. Eleanor, do you want to come show them some of the chicks?
So Jacqueline's going and telling Eleanor that she gets to hold a chick. So y'all are going to see a really excited Eleanor in just a second, because I have been telling her all day, you got to wait, or ever since she got home from school, you've got to wait until mommy gets home to handle the chicks, because I don't know what her plan is, and I'm not sure when she'll have the brooder set up for them. So Jacqueline's setting the brooder up as soon as we get off here tonight, and so Eleanor gets to hold some chicks. Y'all, these chicks are super cute too. Like we've hatched a lot of chicks, and I've seen some that aren't super cute, and these definitely are. Let's see here. A&W Mini Farm said they just put Tolbunt Polish eggs in the incubator. Awesome. I love Tolbunt Polishes. We've got a couple out in our silky pen right
Scoot
now.
over a little bit, Zach.
Here you go,
Hold
baby
on,
girl.
Eleanor.
Baby girl.
Hold on. Put it down. There we go. All right, you gotta hold on to it.
All right, you want to
Stand
be
up.
up here? You want to be up here? Up we go.
She's going up with Daddy. So Eleanor is holding. Oh goodness.
I think we'll be
It's
okay.
gonna shake.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Come. You can be on your knees right here. I can move over completely if I need
No,
to.
we're good.
There we go.
Eleanor is holding a black copper Marron, and I'm holding. She calls it a penguin chick. Hold it back up here so we can show them the size difference. This
is the one that Miss Sue claimed.
Yeah. Which, Miss Sue, this is Tracy's chicken. I gotta tell you, it's Tracy's chicken. But
Well,
this one,
Miss Sue said that she wanted to visit it when she comes in April, and that its name is Molly.
Oh, its name is Molly.
You may have to visit it just Diggett Farms.
So
but,
it looks like it has a top hat, but this is a silky. This is what silkies look like when they hatch. It's got a little beard, and it's got the crest on top of its head already. And I'm going to keep it warm with my hands. But something interesting about silkies is they have an extra toe. You see that extra little toe, if you're familiar with chickens. Chickens only have 4 toes, and silkies have 5 toes. And Eleanor, you want to show them the black copper Marron? It has feathered feet like a silky does. Here, put it next to this one. This morning before school, Eleanor was like, Mom, can I please hold a chick? And I let her, didn't I?
And they tried
let
to
you hold
sneak
it.
into my mouth.
Yeah. Here, you want to swap? You want to hold the silky?
Yes.
I think this one is mauve.
Okay.
So I actually found out as the chicks were hatching, I was saying, oh, this one's a chocolate, this one's this. I was like naming all the colors, and we thought we had 2 splash, but I realized I talked to the breeder, and he sent us a mixed, like the extra eggs he sent were from different breeding pens that he has, and he has buff and he has paint. So none of the ones that we hatched were splash. One is buff, like Cheeto and Cheez-It that we have, and then one is a
That's a
paint,
girl.
but it may be a
If that's
chocolate
the girl,
paint.
It will be raised to be their brother or their sister if it's girl or boy.
I think the buff we have is a boy.
And now they
I
have
do.
another brother.
Another
that's
brother.
A silver.
Y'all, I have hatched 5 buff roosters at this point from the same breeder. It's not the breeder's fault.
It
It's
definitely isn't.
absolutely chance.
Well, they've all been this year, and this has been the year of the rooster. We have
It's
hatched
been 2 years.
so many roosters.
It's been 2 years. But they're just so sweet. And they're about to move. I've got their heat plate warming up right now. They're gonna move to their brooder. We're gonna film that in just a minute.
Mhm.
But they're so sweet. And I think this Marron's is a rooster. I've already warned Tracy because it already has kind of a significant comb. And if more than one had hatched, I can usually tell by comparison of the combs, male and female. If I've got at least,
Daddy,
one
take
of
care
each
this
gender.
baby. Take care of this baby.
Okay.
And this one
I'm
was
gonna go
shaking
get-
a little
I'm gonna
bit, so
get
your
another
warm
one.
hands are needed.
Mommy, I want to go get one that I can hold. Daddy gets hold out.
Let
Maybe
me
my
help.
fingernails aren't too gross.
Let me help.
Because I spend so much time out playing with the dirt in the garden and stuff that I wind up having gross fingernails an awful lot. I promise you I'm clean. Well, as clean as I can be.
All right, Eleanor has the buff baby.
This one.
And when it hatched, I was like, well, maybe it's a chocolate splash, because
The buffs are actually some of my favorites.
they're so cute. Here, let me hold it up, or you hold it up towards the camera so they can see it. Look how fluffy that thing is.
Oh my goodness, that
And
beard.
it's absolutely an indicator of what they're going to be like when they grow up. They're chick down, not the color, but the amount.
Mhm.
The amount is really an indicator. Look at that. They're so stinking cute.
Mommy.
It's all opposite on here. But
I want them both.
here's the buff and the blue or the mauve. I really can't tell. Next to each other.
Yeah, if it's a blue, it'll be a really nice blue.
Look how cute. They look like the buffs look like popcorn
Uh-huh.
when they're babies.
Uh-huh.
They're really light colored.
And it'll
Put that one up
it'll
here
be a
next
darker
to
color
these
than
to
that.
show them
the
the
buff
size
will.
difference is what I've been wanting to
Right
do.
here.
Yeah. So can you? Yeah, you can see the size difference in the Marans to the Silkies
Mhm.
because. Hang on, Eleanor. One second. Okay. The Marans is a standard chicken,
Mhm.
a full size chicken, and the Silkies are Bantams. It's gonna hop onto the computer. Look at the size difference. You can really see it.
I want this to.
Y'all, I hope y'all don't get tired of seeing chicks because I can tell you one thing. For the next, oh goodness, I mean, you'll always see chicks on Head Family Farm stuff. We always have chicks around here.
Yes.
It's been weird not to be incubating chicks up until
Be gentle.
we incubated these
Be gentle.
for several months. We haven't incubated.
Lady.
But we'll be back at it soon now that
Where
we're
Lady
getting
went.
close to the spring.
Yes, we've hatched hundreds
Mm-hmm.
of
Yeah.
chicks.
Earlier this year, let's see, at least 40 to 50 a week for a long time.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
I want to
Uh,
see the chicks.
They're about to go back in the.
No, I
Yeah,
love
they're about to go back in there so they don't get cold.
I want to meet the chocolate.
yes,
They're
so
so-
chicks
So
have to
cute.
stay
Look
at
at 'em.
95
You
degrees
can't even see the buff one's eyes.
when they're first born.
You can't hardly even see his eyes.
For the first week or so, for the first 2 weeks,
Hey.
really.
All right, Eleanor. Your hands are super warm, Eleanor.
Mine.
And I can't remember, is it 5 degrees a week that you back down? That you can back off on heat?
I was thinking it was 2.
Okay.
I could be wrong.
But the
I don't
chicks
typically
need
follow
heat.
it.
Yeah.
I don't typically follow it because we don't do ambient heat as much
Mhm.
as we do. Like, you don't heat your whole brooder. They need to be able to get away from the heat.
Mhm.
But they don't need a very big brooder either because they'll get too far away from the heat.
Yeah.
Once they're a few days old like this, that's one reason I like to leave them in the incubator a little bit longer. They can walk better by the time they go to the brooder. They're a little bit smarter when it comes to finding the food and the water. You okay?
Yeah.
Finding the food and the water and
Don't forget to call me.
staying under the heat source more when they need to.
This buff was checking out our comments.
Nana's Little Love said, I wonder if heat has something to do with eggs and hens and roosters. It does not. It does in reptiles.
Mhm.
Temperature determines the gender in reptiles, but it does not in chickens because if it was that way with chickens, then the big hatcheries would just incubate at a certain temperature and hatch all hens. But they don't. It is a 50 chance per egg on whether it's going to be male or female.
I think they like that.
Evelyn Holmes has asked a couple of questions about the care that these chicks have received. She said, did you put them in a bigger container yet?
Oh, I think Evelyn is
And-
the one that might have asked why they were in a small.
So they were not in a brooder yet. They were still in the incubator that they hatched out in. And the reason that we leave them longer than just a few hours in there is, one, we want to make sure that they're completely dry and fluffed up, and the circulated warm air in that incubator will take care of that for us. It dries them off.
Yeah.
Two, they still have plenty of nourishment and hydration within them for at least 72 hours, and they've gotten that from the egg yolk. So when a chick hatches, it doesn't need food and water immediately. It has about 72 hours before it needs water. And think about it this way. When a hen sits on eggs and hatches eggs out, that hen doesn't get up when each chick hatches, right? It's going to sit there and sit on top of those chicks for at least a day or two before it gets up and ventures out with the chicks. The chicks need a little bit of time to get their bearings and get their strength before they can follow mama hen to the food and water. So what we do is pretty similar to what they would experience.
We like
under
to
a
leave
hen.
them in at least for 48 hours after everybody has finished hatching. From the time they start hatching to when we take them out of the brooder. So this is these chicks' first time out of the brooder. They're in our warm hands for right now, but they won't stay out for very long.
Yeah, they need to go back in.
I've got their heat plate warming up.
I got it.
Yeah.
It kind
I've got, they hop, don't they?
yeah.
They hop.
I wasn't expecting.
I've got their heat plate warming up, and they're going to go in their brooder in just a minute. Eleanor has gotten a little sad because
Yeah,
she
it's
got
okay,
scared
baby.
because her chick hopped.
No,
Your
you
chick is
did
totally
great holding
fine.
on to her.
Your chick is just fine.
Yeah,
baby.
you did great holding on to her, baby girl.
They are fragile little creatures, and we know that from
Mm-hmm.
lots of experience. Don't feel bad, honey.
Yeah.
Everything is fine. But we're going to go set up their brooder, and I've got to test some goat urine. If you have no idea what I'm talking about, watch the beginning of this live in just a minute once we conclude, and be watching for tomorrow's video that's going to be all about goat pee.
Goat urine.
Goat pee.
All right, y'all. Farm friends, thanks so much for being here with us tonight. Eleanor says bye.
If my teacher's on here, I say hi to you.
Mm-hmm.
Can I say her name?
No, probably not. We won't shout out specific names of community members tonight. But that's very sweet, Eleanor. I'm sure that if she sees this, she will be so very happy that you said hello. But yeah, thank y'all so much for being here tonight. Thank you to everybody that has already donated to Heifer International. We've been getting emails and messages and super chats for those donations. So thank you so much for kicking us off with a bang. We've already raised really as much as I kind of thought we might.
Yeah.
But don't let that keep you from giving if you feel so led, because we feel really excited to be able to give back in this way. So thank you to everybody that has already done that. Like I said before, we'll have specifics about different ways that you can do that in the next couple days.
We've already gotten an email too, so I'll be contacting you back.
Yeah, and we will put up a couple of short videos and just talking about what we're doing, and some images that you can share on social medias, so that you can share that if you think other people would want to give as well.
Yeah. Thank you so much for being here with us, and look out for tomorrow's video because it is an adventure.
Oh yeah, gonna be lots of fun.
Y'all have a great and a blessed night.